Once upon a time, in the realm of Asgard, Thor, the mighty thunder god, found himself on one of his usual adventures. Thor, being a bit forgetful at times, absent-mindedly set down his prized possession, his hammer, for just a moment. As fate would have it, that moment was all it took for mischief to brew. Enter Thrym, a giant of immense strength and cunning. Stumbling upon Thor's hammer, he couldn't believe his luck. In a flash, he whisked away the hammer to Jotunheim, the land of the giants, and hides it away. Meanwhile, Thor, oblivious to the theft of his hammer, continued on his journey. But when he eventually reached for Mjölnir, his trusty hammer, and found it missing, the god of thunder was not amused. Furious, he stormed back to Asgard, his rage echoing through the realms. The gods, sensing Thor's wrath, trembled in fear as he recounted the tale of his stolen hammer. They knew all too well that without Mjolnir, Asgard's protection was compromised. Desperate to retrieve the hammer and safeguard their realm, they searched for a solution. Enter Loki, the mischievous trickster and sworn brother to Thor. Always one for cunning schemes, Loki devised a plan to reclaim Mjolnir from the clutches of Thrym. Taking Freyja's feather cloak, Loki flew to Jotunheim, where he encountered the giant Thrym. "What brings you to Jotunheim?" Thrym inquired, unaware of Loki's true identity. "I have come for Thor's hammer," Loki replied casually, hiding his smirk. Thrym chuckled heartily at the audacity of Loki's request. "The hammer is buried deep, 8 miles down," he boasted, "but I'll only return it if I receive Freyja, the fairest of goddesses, as my bride." Loki wasted no time in returning to Asgard to relay Thrym's demand to Thor. The thunder god's initial reaction was one of disbelief, but his determination to reclaim his hammer overshadowed any reservations. Turning to Freyja, the goddess of love and beauty, Thor bluntly commanded her to prepare herself for a journey to Jotunheim. However, Freyja, insulted by the suggestion of being bartered for a mere hammer, reacted with such fury that even Thor, with all his might, found himself quaking in her presence. Unperturbed by Freyja's outrage, Loki proposed a solution. Thor would masquerade as Freyja and journey to Jotunheim in her stead. After all, what could be more fitting than the god of thunder donning the guise of the goddess of love? Thus, the plan was set in motion, with Thor begrudgingly clad in Freyja's attire, dress, necklace, and veil included, and Loki disguised as a maid. They set off in Thor's chariot for Jotunheim. As they approached Thrym's domain, the giant welcomed them with great pomp and ceremony, eager to claim his prize. A lavish feast was laid out, and Thor, ever the hearty eater, consumed vast quantities of food with ease, much to Thrym's astonishment. But Loki, always quick on his feet, whispered to Thrym, "Freyja has been so overcome with longing for Jotunheim that she has not eaten for 7 days." This explanation aroused the giant, who was delighted by Freyja's apparent desire for him and his realm. However, Thrym's curiosity was piqued when he noticed Freyja's fiery gaze beneath her veil. Ignoring his unease, Loki assured him, "Freyja's passion for Jotunheim has kept her awake for 7 nights." Excited with this explanation, Thrym proceeded with the festivities. As the feast came to an end, Thrym presented Mjolnir to Freyja, laying it in her lap as a symbol of his devotion. But the moment Thor's hands touched the handle of his beloved hammer, the charade was over. With a thunderous roar, Thor tore off his disguise, revealing his true form. Gripping Mjolnir tightly, he unleashed his fury upon Thrym, striking the giant down with a single blow. In the chaos that ensued, Thor and Loki made a swift exit, leaving behind nothing but smoldering ruins where Thrym's hall once stood. And so, With his hammer reclaimed and justice served, Thor returned triumphant to Asgard, his legend as the mightiest of gods forever secured.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to get more content like this.